Can the government stop you from speaking your opinion? Can someone discriminate against you because of your caste or religion? What protects the freedom, dignity, and equality of every Indian citizen? The answer lies in the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution, the rights that form the very backbone of Indian democracy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will understand the fundamental rights mentioned in Part 3 of the Indian Constitution. These rights, provided under Articles 14 to 32, guarantee freedom, equality, justice, and dignity to every citizen. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar considered these rights essential for protecting democracy and individual liberty. So, let's explore all the fundamental rights in a simple, interesting, and easy to understand way. Right to equality, Articles 14 to 18. The first fundamental right is the right to equality. It ensures that every citizen is treated equally before the law. Article 14, Equality before law. Article 14 states that every person is equal before the law, whether rich or poor, powerful or ordinary. Everyone must follow the same law. Article 15, No discrimination. Article 15 prohibits discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. For example, a school, college, or shop cannot refuse someone solely because of their caste or religion. This article promotes fairness and equal treatment for all. Article 16, Equal opportunity in government jobs. Article 16 guarantees equal opportunity in public employment. This means every citizen receives a fair chance to compete for government jobs. Article 17, Abolition of untouchability. Article 17 abolishes untouchability and makes its practice a punishable offense. This historic provision was introduced to promote social equality, justice, and human dignity. Article 18, Abolition of titles. Article 18 abolishes titles such as Raja, Rai Bahadur, and Sir. However, military and academic titles such as Doctor, Major, and Professor are permitted. Right to freedom, Articles 19 to 22. The right to freedom is one of the most important fundamental rights because it protects individual liberty. Article 19, 6 freedoms. Article 19 grants citizens 6 important freedoms. These include freedom of speech and expression, freedom of peaceful assembly, freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of residence, freedom of profession, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech allows citizens to express their opinions openly in a democracy. It is one of the foundations of a free society. Freedom of movement. Citizens can travel freely throughout the territory of India. Freedom of profession. Every citizen has the right to choose their profession, occupation, trade, or business. Article 20, Protection in criminal cases. Article 20 protects people from unfair punishment in criminal cases. It ensures justice and safeguards individuals against misuse of legal power. Article 21, Right to life and personal liberty. Article 21 is often regarded as one of the most powerful rights in the Constitution. It guarantees protection of life and personal liberty. Over time, the Supreme Court expanded this right to include the right to privacy, the right to dignity, the right to a clean environment, and the right to legal aid. This article has transformed the lives of millions of Indians. Article 21A, Right to education. Article 21A provides free and compulsory education to children between the ages of 6 and 14 years. Education empowers individuals and strengthens the nation. Article 22, Protection against arrest. Article 22 protects citizens from arbitrary arrest and detention. It ensures that arrested persons know the reason for their arrest and have the right to consult a lawyer. Right against exploitation, Articles 23 to 24. The Constitution also protects people from exploitation and inhuman treatment. Article 23, Human trafficking and forced labor. Article 23 prohibits human trafficking, bonded labor, and forced labor. No person can be compelled to work against their will. Article 24, Child labor. Article 24 prohibits children below the age of 14 from working in hazardous industries such as factories and mines. This article protects children from exploitation and safeguards their future. Right to freedom of religion, Articles 25 to 28. India is a secular country, where every citizen has the freedom to follow the religion of their choice. Article 25, Freedom of religion. Article 25 gives every person the freedom to profess, practice, and propagate their religion. Article 26, Manage religious affairs. Religious groups have the right to manage their own religious institutions and affairs. Article 27, No religious taxes. Article 27 states that no citizen can be compelled to pay taxes for promoting any particular religion. Article 28, Religious instruction. Article 28 protects students from compulsory religious instruction in certain educational institutions. Cultural and educational rights, Articles 29 to 30. These rights protect the language, culture, and educational interests of minorities. Article 29, Protection of culture and language. Article 29 safeguards the language, script, and culture of minorities in India. It helps preserve India's rich cultural diversity. Article 30, Minority educational institutions. Article 30 allows minorities to establish and administer their own educational institutions. This ensures that cultural and educational traditions continue to flourish. Right to constitutional remedies, Article 32. Now we come to perhaps the most important fundamental right. The right to constitutional remedies. Article 32. Article 32 empowers citizens to approach the Supreme Court of India whenever their fundamental rights are violated. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar famously described Article 32 as the heart and soul of the Constitution. This article ensures that fundamental rights are not merely words written on paper, but rights that are actively protected and enforced. Conclusion. So, these were the 6 fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. Together, they protect equality, freedom, justice, religion, culture, and human dignity. They are essential for maintaining democracy and protecting citizens from injustice. Understanding these rights helps us become more aware, responsible, and empowered citizens. If you found this video helpful, please like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more educational content. Thank you for watching.